and we are back again. And I'm making a gluten-free crust. It's gonna be a little unconventional. And so before I started this video, I'm sorry guys, I already prepared the gluten-free crust mix. So I'm gonna tell you what I added. Let me switch. I can switch my camera view, but I can't. Okay, so look. I added some sour cream, some gluten-free almond flour, some tapioca flour, and I apologize, I can't give you measurements. Oh, I also added a little bit of baking powder. I can't give you measurements because a bitch don't measure. Like, I just eyeball it and like, it is what it is. So I guesstimate that with the almond flour, I added about a cup and a half. And with the baking powder, probably like 3 tablespoons. Sour cream, a big glob, maybe like half a cup. I also added 3 eggs. So that's what's in my batter right now. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray down my parchment paper. I'm hoping this will set a little better once it's in the oven or whatever. And then we're going to go ahead and put it in the oven and let it get a little bit firm. Once it's partially cooked to the point of firmness, I'm going to go ahead and add my toppings. And so once I add my toppings, I'll show everything. So just stay tuned. Okay, so I know that parchment paper is non-stick, but as a precautionary measure, I've sprayed my parchment paper with some olive oil Pam. It is all natural, no preservatives, and no artificial flavors. Okay, so now I'm putting my batter into the greased parchment paper, and then I'm gonna like spread it out a little bit just to make it all even and nice. And at the same time, I'm gonna go ahead and preheat my oven, which happens to be behind you. Okay, bake, boom. We're gonna preheat this bad boy to 400. I don't know why I like 400 so much. It's just like my go-to setting, but we're gonna do 400. Okay, so we're gonna preheat the oven. I've got, as you can see, I've got my batter in here. I'm gonna smooth it out a little bit. So I'm gonna let you guys just like see what's going on here. I'm giving you like the inside look here. And I'm trying to like get this parchment paper to chill the fuck out right now because it's like acting up real bad. I don't know how people like get parchment paper to do what the fuck they want it to do. But like, parchment paper, you are supposed to be to the walls right now. You are not. Like, look, I'm making a complete mess of myself. I don't know. Hold on. Cut. Okay, so I've got the whole parchment paper situation figured out. And I went ahead and slid that bitch in the oven. So now we are waiting on the pizza dough to be ready. But while we wait, I'm going to go ahead and prep my pizza topping. I'm gonna prep my pizza toppings. Okay, so what I'm thinking here, I made a little bit of garlic butter this morning for my breakfast. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that garlic butter in combination with a little bit of sour cream to make it creamy as the pizza sauce. And so I'm gonna go ahead and whip that up, and stay tuned because I'm gonna walk you through all of it. Okay, so here's my garlic butter from this morning. What I did is I roasted the garlic in the oven and at 400 for about 20 minutes. And what I did was I drizzled some avocado oil on the garlic and a little bit of Cajun seasoning. Was it Cajun or Creole? It was Slap Ya Mama, which is Cajun seasoning. I was correct. Yoicks. Garlic butter all over my seasoning. Let's fix this. Okay. So I drizzled my garlic with avocado oil and Slap Ya Mama Cajun seasoning. So now I've got my butter. After the fact, I added butter, a whole stick of butter with my garlic, and I just mixed it in, massaged it, and I got my garlic butter. And guys, in this garlic butter, there are big chunks of garlic, which is how I like it because I really love that garlic flavor. But we're gonna make a creamy pizza sauce, like a white pizza sauce. So we're gonna make like a garlic butter pizza sauce, but I want it to be like, have that creamy flavor. So I'm gonna add some sour cream to it. So about that much sour cream, give or take, about twice that much. I'm eyeballing it because that's how I measure. I don't measure. I like, I do the home cook's measure, which is just like taking a look at it and deciding, yes, that's enough. Okay, so now that I've done the home cook's measure, we've got this whipped creamy goodness with chunks of garlic and yumminess. And tell me that doesn't look good. It smells amazing. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna set this aside because our dough is cooking right now. And we're gonna prep our other elements. It's Saturday, I'm taking a break. Dough is in the oven, I'm drinking whiskey. Oh, by the way, you guys, hold on. I am drinking Old Smoky's Tennessee whiskey. This particular whiskey that I'm drinking tonight is mango habanero flavored. When I say this shit hits, let me not get all types of gangster on you. Like, this shit hits. I'm not lying. Try it. This is the business. I love it. This shit is good. Now back to the regularly scheduled program. Okay, so while we were on commercial break, just kidding, I don't have sponsors, but I decided off camera that my toppings were going to be some sweet peppers, onion, and this lovely smoked turkey thigh. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna go ahead and cut all of this up and prep it. That looks about enough. These are pre-rinsed, by the way. I already rinsed them. I'm not being disgusting. If I get like big enough to have trolls to tell me I'm disgusting for not rinsing my vegetables, like I would be happy about that. Because right now I'm small potatoes. I love these sweet peppers. This is life. This is how you live life to the fullest. Just like take up an interest in food and decide that you love it so much. Oh, I love it so much. Oh, look at those colors. Look at the oranges and the yellows and the reds. Look at that. Okay. Little chicken. I don't know, I'm OCD. I have to like separate every morsel of the onion. Okay, on to the chicken. Like, guys, I don't know why you fuck with me. All right, hold on. You know what I love about a chicken thigh? It only has like one major bone. So all the rest is like total meat. And I fucks with that. Okay. And then you just have to like pull all the meat off like that one bone. This is awesome. Chicken breasts are totally way more complicated than this. So much meat. And it's so good because dark meat is so juicy. You have some people who are like haters of dark meat. My mom, like, she will only eat nothing but white meat. Mistake. Foul on the play. If it's up to me, don't get me wrong, I love a good chicken breast. But I'll only buy them boneless because I don't want to deal with all the bullshit. With a chicken thigh, I'll buy it bone in every day because there's one bone. Just one. Just one. And it's good. Okay, so I went ahead and pulled out intermission. Went ahead and pulled out my parchment paper pizza dough batter. And here's what we're looking at. If I don't mind myself, this looks really good. So now we're going to add our sauce and our toppings. I'm so excited about this. First of all, I sounded a little aggressive there, so I think maybe I'll just use the word firstly. Firstly, we're going to add our creamy garlic butter mix as our sauce. And this is looking really good right now. It's kind of like melting on this hot bed of pizza dough. So it's really allowing me to give it like that full-on spread around because the dough's still hot, you guys. I just took it out of the oven. I actually still have the oven on because we're gonna go back into the oven with this. Oh my gosh, this is looking so good. All right, let's just pile it on. Like, this feels right. It feels so right, you guys. And I'll give you a little preview of it once I'm done. All right, we are looking good. We're looking really good. I'm gonna use it all. I am. It smells so good, and I want that flavor. Okay, so some of it's like a little melty and some of it's a little chunky, but this is exactly what I was hoping for. This is everything. All right. So yeah, take a look at that. Ooh, yeah, that's yummy goodness. Okay, we're gonna add our toppings now. Okay, so first, I'm going to add the veggies. These are my onions and my peppers. And I'm just gonna add them like all over. I'm just gonna evenly disperse them because I'm like really about like things being evenly dispersed. Some of my onions are still not separated, so I'm doing that as I add them. Excuse me, I choked on my own spit. That is a regular occurrence, you guys. I do that often. Okay, that looks good. Oh. We have more onions and peppers. Now we're gonna add our chicken. I'm so excited. Food gets me like, I love to eat. I love to cook. Food is just like my jam, my passion. If you're wondering, no, I'm not classically trained. I didn't go to France. I didn't go to culinary school. I just like self-taught, no lessons. I just know my shit, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a thing. Like, yeah, I know. Like, home cooks really can exist. Like, we're rare, especially as women. I know, like, today's day and age is like, oh, like, women don't cook. No, I cook. I really cook. Okay, so now that we've added all of our toppings, we're going to introduce some cheese to the mix because we all know that pizza cannot be pizza without cheese. And I'm using some Spanish Mexican style queso cheese. And as you can see, there's not a lot left in the bag because a bitch be hungry. So we're gonna just empty that out right now because I love cheese. And also, like, I just want to like add a little kick to it. So I'm gonna use a little bit of sharp cheddar. This is so good, you guys. It's so good. I'm so excited. All right, so now we're gonna go back in the oven. And this is going to be so good. All right, so we'll go back in the oven for a few minutes. I don't know. I don't time it. I just eyeball it. I'm your typical home cook. I cook based on intuition, not on measurements, not on time frames. So I guesstimate maybe this will be in the oven for about 15 minutes. The oven's already preheated, so I know it's going to cook fast. So I'm giving it about 15 minutes. I'll check on it in 15 minutes, and if it's not ready, I'll give it a little bit more. Stay tuned. Okay, so while our pizza is in the oven, I'm going to take this opportunity to pour another drink because whiskey is my friend. And if you're wondering, yes, whiskey is made with wheat or barley. But guess what? As someone who has celiac, which is a gluten allergy, whiskey is distilled to remove the gluten protein. So I am safe drinking whiskey, which I love because whiskey is one of my favorite alcoholic beverages. If you're an adult, please consume responsibly. Also, if you are a minor, less than 21 years of age in the United States, please do not consume any alcoholic beverages, to include this whiskey that tastes delicious. Also, I'm going to prep my green onions because I'll be using green onions as a garnish on the pizza. So, bottoms up. Let's do it. Got my handy dandy knife here. And I've already cut off the tops of the green onion. And I like to play it fair. So I cut each top individually because they're all separate lengths. So if I just like cut it across the board, I feel like I'm losing so much green onion. So as you can see, they're all separate lengths because I cut them each individually. And so we're just going to go ahead and cut our green onions. And when our pizza comes out of the oven, we're gonna garnish them with these lovely, lovely green onions. So fresh and so good. I love green onions. I love every type of onion, actually. Onions are my jam. And I know a lot of people won't cut them like all the way down, but I love to cut them like down to the actual root till I can't cut them anymore, because those pieces of the green onion like down at the root are really, really delicious and really, really good and really, really flavorful. See this whiskey glass? Love it. Got it at the Goodwill for like pennies. Whoever had this whiskey glass in their home and gave it up, sorry for you, but not sorry for me. I love this whiskey glass. I got a set of 2 of them for me and my honey. So I bet you're thinking at this point, by the time this bitch is done making this so-called pizza, she's gonna be drunk as fuck. Not so. Not so, my friend. All right, let's continue. It looks like our pizza is done and it is looking good. Let's pull it out. Here it comes. I don't burn myself first. Oh my God. Oh, that is good. I think I'm done good. I done good. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Okay. Let's garnish it with our green onions because I am so excited for this. We've got a full-on pizza. I've got a lot of green onion. I cut up so many green onions. Like I love green onions though, so it's really not a problem because I could eat onions for days. Like onions are my jam. So we're gonna use every stitch of these green onions, and it's literally going to coat the top of my pizza. And that's how I want it. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this parchment paper and we're gonna transfer it to my cutting board. Boom. Yes. And let me show you what using parchment paper does, because a lot of people are like completely unaware of this hack. My baking dish is almost like 100% clean. I will only need to just wipe this out just a little bit. I don't even really need to like full on wash this because I used parchment paper. I used parchment paper. All right. Now let's look at the finished product. Oh my gosh, how good does that look? Is that like freaking amazing or what? Like, this is everything right now. It's everything. Everything I ever wanted. Everything I ever hoped for. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank my dad, God rest his soul. I want to thank Old Smoky Tennessee whiskey. This is just an amazing moment. I love you guys.